Rabbi Akiva, one of the great all-time heroes of the Jewish people, but his origins were very humble. In Avos Rav Nasan, in Parak Vav, the Brisa teaches us, what were the origins of Rabbi Akiva? He was 40 years old and he didn't learn anything. One time he passed by a well and he sees there's a hole in the rock. And they said to him, they try to explain to him, how could there be a hole in the rock? They said, Akiva, don't you understand? The water is dripping on the rock, and drop after drop after drop, it's wearing away the rock. And from the water dripping on the rock, it made a hole in the rock. And Rabbi Akiva was very moved. And Rabbi Akiva offered the following argument. If water, which is so soft, could pierce a hole in the rock, the words of Torah, which are so powerful, like iron, all the more so it could penetrate my heart. This was the beginning and the origins of Rabbi Akiva. And therefore, the Gemara tells us in Sanhedrin on Daf Pei Vav that the entire Torah comes from Rabbi Akiva. Stam Masnisin Rabbi Meir. A Mishnah unattributed is Rabbi Meir. Stam Tosefta Rabbi Nechemia. A Tosefta unattributed is Rabbi Nechemia. Stam Sifra Rabbi Yehuda. Stam Sifri Rabbi Shimon. Vekulhu Aliba Rabbi Akiva. They're all according to Rabbi Akiva. Says Rav Moshe Shapiro, the word Aliba doesn't only mean according to. Aliba could mean upon the heart of. All of the Torah that we have today was on the heart of Rabbi Akiva, because Rabbi Akiva understood the power of mayim, the power of water, that if water could pierce a hole in a rock, all the more so it could penetrate his heart, and therefore Rabbi Akiva's heart became the receptacle of all of the Torah. Kulu aliba de Rabbi Akiva. So I had the privilege last week to visit one of the wonders of the world, the Panama Canal. The Panama Canal connects the Atlantic to the Pacific, from Cologne to Balboa, through the Panama Canal Railway. If not for the Panama Canal, ships would have to take an additional 8,000 miles going all the way around Cape Horn of South America. And now they go straight from the Atlantic to the Pacific. Now, how is a ship going to travel through Panama and obviate the need to go all the way around South America? That is the wonder of the Panama Canal. The Panama Canal will lift up ships. Now, these ships are so heavy, they could weigh more than 100,000 tons. The Norwegian cruise line ship weighed more than 168,000 tons. And instead of sailing all the way around South America, it travels right through the Panama Canal in only 8 minutes. And instead of making a many-day travel, it travels from one ocean to the other in only 10 hours. But how does the Panama Canal operate? The Panama Canal will use a waterlock system to lift a ship 85 feet, 26 meters, above sea level to the Gatun Lake. The canal will lift the ship 85 feet in the air and then lower it back into the next ocean. So it will raise it from sea level 85 feet up to the lake and then back down again. How could something lift a ship over 168,000 pounds? A crane can't even lift up a ship like that. What would lift up such a heavy ship? The answer is, there's one thing in the world that can easily lift up so many thousands of tons. Water. Mayim. Mayim could take the heaviest thing in the world and lift it up easily. Sometimes we feel heavy, bogged down, perhaps by chataim, perhaps by sin, and we say, how can we ever be lifted above all of this? What would Rabbi Akiva have said if he saw the Panama Canal? Rabbi Akiva would have made the following Kavachomer. If water, which is so soft, could raise up a ship that weighs 168,000 tons, imagine if I immerse myself in the waters of Torah. How high could it elevate me? If only Rabbi Akiva could have seen the Panama Canal. What a great limud from one of the wonders of the world. From here we learn the great Koyach HaTorah. May we be zoicha to appreciate how the Torah could elevate us above anything in the world. Wishing everyone a wonderful week.